Hi guys, it's Jess from Honest Fiction and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing the Nope book tag. So this is a little bit more negative than I like to go on my channel, but I thought some of the questions were pretty good. So stick around to hear my Nope book tag. Before I jump into the tag, I just want to let you guys know this was originally created by the Farah Project, and I will link her original video down below. Also, if you don't know, I post new videos every Tuesday and Sunday, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that notification button if you want to be notified whenever I post new bookish content. That being said, let's get into the tag. First up is Nope ending. So a book ending that made you go nope either in denial or frustration or simply because you thought the ending was no good. And I have one for this, and I read it recently, and that is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. I am not going to go into why I thought the ending. I just didn't like the end ship. I thought it was very convenient how things went down. And very frustrating. And that was the last book I read that I was like so annoyed when I finished a series. Normally when I finish a series, like I put time into it, so I normally like end up liking the last book, but I hated that ending so much. So yeah, that is my Nope ending book, Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. The second question is NOPE.Protagonist, and this is a protagonist that you found annoying or drives you crazy, and that is very easy. That is Celaena Sardothien from Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I hated Celaena Sardothien. I thought she was pompous, egotistical, obnoxious. I almost didn't read the series because of the first book and how much I hated Celaena Sardothien. I love Aelin. Hate Celaena. So that's how I feel about that. But yeah, that is definitely my least favorite character protagonist, like, of all time. Next up is a Nope series, and this is a series that turned out to be a huge pile of nope after you've invested all that time and energy on it, or a series that you gave up on because it wasn't worth it anymore. I had a lot of trouble with this question because, like I said earlier, I typically like series that I read. The only one I could kind of think of was Divergent. That series I remember enjoying and then reading the last book and being like, what the fudge just happened? Like, the last book went off the rails and I was not a fan of it. So I think that's the last series that I felt that way about. And I feel like I don't even hate that series because I actually did really like the first and second book. It was just the last one that was like out there. So yeah, I guess that's what I'll pick for that question. Nope pairing. So this is a popular pairing that you do not ship. And both of these are actually going to be Sarah J. Maas. So the first one is Chaol and Celaena. I never shipped them. I thought that was the weirdest shipping ever. And I think that happens in the second book. And I was like, I don't see this happening. And then the other one is one that actually hasn't happened yet. So in ACOTAR, Lucien and Elaine, I do not think they should be together at all. And also, after reading the bonus chapter in A Court of Silver Flames, I don't think that Azriel and Elaine should be together either. I don't know. That whole triangle, I just feel like needs to separate. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Nope pairing. Nope plot twist. So this is a plot twist you didn't see coming or didn't like, and this is pretty much anything by Lucy Foley. Not to totally hate on Lucy Foley, it's just me and her books. We don't get along. And I am not, every book I read, and it's not that I don't see them coming, it's like I guess the twist, and I'm like, I really hope this isn't the twist because it's ridiculous, and it always ends up being that way. So yeah, pretty much everything Lucy Foley writes. I don't love those twists. Next up is NOPE.Protagonist action/decision. So it's anytime a character decision made you shake your head and say nope. And I have a couple of these. So actually I have two recent reads that involve this. The first one is Flamefall by Rosario Munda and Fireborn. Some of Annie's decisions, without going into any spoilers, I'm just like, what are you doing? And she just frustrates me so much sometimes. So I have a couple issues with Annie as a character, but that's my thoughts on that one. And then the other one is from Shadow and Bone series, Alina Starkov. Girl needs to communicate with people. And like, she does some things in the Shadow and Bone trilogy where I'm like, just talk about your issues and like talk about the things that are going on, and then you can resolve them instead of just like keeping things a secret for no good reason. Like there's no reason you shouldn't be telling your friends what's going on. And I was so frustrated with her as a character, and the entire time I was like, all of this doesn't need to happen. Like this could be a much quicker series if she was just like, hey, I'm seeing things. I don't want to give away spoilers, but yes. So those two characters, Alina and Annie, they make a lot of nope decisions. Nope, genre. A genre you will never read. This one's really hard because I feel like I try to read a lot of different genres. I was gonna say nonfiction, but there are some memoirs that I really enjoy and really like. So I don't even think I can actually say, there's no genre that I don't wanna at least try in the future. This one's also kind of a tough question, and it's Nope book format, a book format you hate and avoid buying until it comes out in a different format. I don't have any preferred format. I feel like if there is, I'll give you an example, Crown of Gilded Bones. I am very excited about that book. I ordered the Fairy Loot version, and I'm very excited about that hardcover. However, I also ordered the Kindle version, so I can get it the day it comes out. Guess what? Probably gonna get the audio version too, because I'm gonna wanna listen to it on audio format at some point when I'm driving. So I kind of love all formats, and I will read whatever format is available to me for the book I want. Nope trope, a trope that makes you go nope, and this is a very easy one. It's romanticized abusive relationships when a man is pretty much terrible to a woman and she falls in love with him. And there are a lot of fantasy books that kind of do this, and I am not a fan of them, and I don't think I have to even get more in detail than that. So that is my least favorite trope of all time. Next up is probably gonna annoy a lot of people. It's Nope recommendation, a book recommendation that is constantly hyped and pushed at you and you refuse to read. And this isn't because I'm refusing to read it only because I feel like I'm already past the point that it was so hyped, and I just feel like I might be too old for it at this point, but probably not because I like a lot of young adult fantasy, and that is Shadowhunters. I actually haven't read anything by Cassandra Clare, so I might in the future. I'm not saying I completely refuse to read it, it's just not on my radar at the time, and a lot of people tell me that I probably would like it, and I might like it. It's just, I don't know. I just haven't picked it up yet. So that's the closest thing I can say to answer that question. Nope, cliche or pet peeve, and this question is a cliche or writing pet peeve that always makes you roll your eyes. And the very obvious one that everyone says, she let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. Obviously, I think everyone is kind of annoyed with that whole sentence, and it comes up so often in books. And the other one is different ways of saying she's not like other girls, but like in a sentence, if that makes sense. So like, I feel I'm fine with the she's not like other girls trope if it's like not just like thrown in your face and you kind of understand it as the story progresses, but like in the first sentence when it's like she's not like other girls, that drives me insane. So yeah, those are my two pet peeves. Nope, love interest. So this is the love interest that's not worthy of being one, a character you don't think should have been a viable love interest. And sorry I keep referencing this series, but it's because I just finished the series. And Shadow and Bone, both the Darkling and Mal should not be love interests. I think that I liked the complexity of the Darkling. I liked like everything, his whole story in the first book. I don't like that it's so pushed that he should be the love interest. Just for you to like turn around and be like, he's the villain of the story. I know a lot of people do like that aspect. And the other one is Mal, just because I think he is boring and does nothing for Alina besides the fact that he is an amplifier. And honestly, spoiler alert, I wish that he stayed dead. Why did that happen? Why did she have to end up with anybody? I feel like she killed the Darkling, she killed Mal, she should just like rule by herself or help Nikolai rule and just like live on her own and help train Grisha or something. I hated both those love interests, and I hate the ending, and I try to pretend the ending of the ending of Shadow and Bone just didn't happen. This one's also really tough. It's a Nope book. So it's a book that shouldn't have existed that made you say nope. Personally, I don't have a book for this. I feel like there are books that I have really not enjoyed that haven't been for me, but I think that someone else might love them. So like personally, if there's a book that I didn't enjoy, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Like, I didn't enjoy that book, but I know a friend that really liked it. So I think it really depends on the person. I don't think that no book should exist. I mean, it's someone out there is gonna like it. So yeah, I don't really have an answer for this one. Next up is Nope villain, and that is a villain you would hate to cross. There are a lot of them out there. For some reason, what keeps coming to mind is Amarantha and Ianthe from A Court of Thorns and Roses, just because I feel like they were just evil. Like, they don't have any underlying, like, good motivations for what they're doing. They're just terrible people. And, like, Amarantha is just, they're both very selfish, and they're just doing everything for themselves. So, like, they'll torture and kill anyone without, like, a care in the world. So I know there's more out there, and I'm probably, as soon as I finish filming this, I'm going to think of an even worse villain, but for some reason, those two just, like, keep coming to mind. Next up is Nope Death, and it's a character death that still haunts you. And I know everyone hates this author. I also am not a fan of this author anymore because of the terrible things she's been saying on social media and just in general. However, I grew up with these books. I loved Harry Potter. They were like one of the first series I read as a child. So when Dumbledore died, I didn't leave my room for like a day and a half. I was so sad. And like, I remember that was the first time I think I read a book and was just crying. And I remember like going through and being like, this isn't true. Like, no, he didn't die. He's fine. He's gonna come back. And just having like such a reaction to this character. And that was like really the first time reading that like a book elicited such a reaction from me. So it's gonna be Dumbledore. Nothing since then I've ever been so upset of a character dying. Actually, this worked out perfectly because the next question is Nope author. And that is an author you had a bad experience with or have decided to quit. I'm not going to go into this. J.K. Rowling, if you don't know about everything she's been saying, look it up. It's pretty terrible. So yeah, I won't be reading anything she releases in the future. However, like I said, I have a lot of nostalgia built up around Harry Potter. It is something that I reread almost every year. I haven't in the last few years, but I will go back to it. I love that series. So although I will not be reading anything else by that author, also I think she has some books under like different names, I will still continue to read Harry Potter and love Harry Potter because it's very near and dear to my heart. Alright guys, that is it for my Nope book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it wasn't too negative. If you guys have any different opinions or want to talk about any of the books or authors I mentioned, please let me know in the comments. Also, this was a really fun tag and I look forward to seeing you guys do it as well. So I tag anyone who wants to participate. If you don't know yet, I post new videos every Tuesday and Sunday. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.